Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video we're going to be going over a Slayer fighter build that consists of using the hand crossbow. This used to be a thing back in the day, but it wasn't really that viable because Weapon Mastery had minus 10% damage to non-native weapons. But now that that was buffed and you no longer get damage reduction, this might be viable. We're going to test it out. So first let's go over to the perks and skills we're going to be using. For the perks, obviously we're going to be running Slayer. With Slayer, if you hold two weapons, one in each hand, you gain 5 weapon damage, but you cannot wear plate. And then the next one, obviously, we're going to be using is Weapon Mastery. You need Weapon Mastery in order to wield the hand crossbow because it's not a native weapon to fighter. And then for the third and fourth perk, you definitely need to be using Sword Mastery. I'll be showing an example in Dungeon how the damage, you get the Sword Mastery damage on your hand crossbow because your main hand is going to be a sword. So all the benefits of Sword Mastery, you also get on your hand crossbow, if you didn't know that. And then for the last one, you can kind of decide what you want to do for your last perk. There's combo attack, for up close when you swing twice. After the second swing, you get 10% physical damage bonus to every swing afterwards. Dual wield's another good one. 10% action speed base as long as you have a weapon in each hand, which I think this is probably what we're going to run. You could do Adrenaline Spike. You want to run this with, let's say, other perk, Adrenaline Rush here. That's pretty good in combination. You have a ridiculous amount of action speed when you're low. But yeah, there's a few other perks you could use. But yeah, this is the setup that we're going to be using here. And as far as the skills, I think the safest bet is Sprint, Second Wind. You need a Second Wind because we're going to be relatively squishy. You're not going to be using Plate since you're using Slayer. And Sprint to be able to catch people super quickly because this is like a kind of like a drive-by build. Like you got to spin the block on somebody, hit them real quick, and kill them before they can, do anything about it. This is like a fast rogue, if you will, with a little hand crossing for poke. But yeah, those are the perks and skills we're going to be using. As far as the Squire Gear, let's get into it here. There's a few options. So my Squire's not leveled all the way up. If you do want to level your Squire all the way up, make sure to complete your quest here. Each quest line, you unlock more leather armor. For Tailor, same with Tailor. Each quest line, you unlock more cloth. And same with armor. That's how you get more from your Squire Gear. But for what I have here, and what most of you probably would have if you're kind of new to the game and you're trying to learn different fighter builds and you don't have your quest done, I would simply stick with loose trousers, right? Because you want to be at a certain movement speed. Since we're using Slayer, we cannot use plate at all. So for the head, we're definitely going to be using leather cap. Boots, you can do a couple things. You can either do Lightfoots for 8 move speed, or you can do Adventure Boots 6 move speed with 1 dex, so you swing just slightly bit faster. You can kind of pick. I'll probably be using Lightfoots because I'd rather have an additional 2 move speed over, what is that? 9 armor and 1 dex, because move speed's kind of huge, and 9 armor, 1 dex isn't really that much of a difference. It's not that good. And then as far as the gloves go, leather gloves, riveted gloves, reinforced gloves. So this is reinforced with vigor, leather, or no, that's utility. Leather gloves here is will, and dex. Oh, you know what I just realized? Gloves utility and leather gloves have the exact same skin. Wow, I've been playing this game for a very long time, and I'm just now realizing that. That's kind of funny. Yeah, leather gloves for dexterity, reinforced for vigor, and then riveted should be somewhere in here, unless I do not have it unlocked. Looks like I don't have it unlocked yet. That's crazy. Okay, well, riveted, oh, here it is. Riveted is strength. Right there. So I'll probably be running, since out of all the pores, they all give 1 stat. If you look at it, leather gives 2 dex. So I'm probably going to run leather gloves. And as far as the chest piece goes, you want to have, the least amount of movement speed reduction. So probably the only thing you're going to want to do is either Adventure Tunic or Light Akaton. Adventure Tunic 17 armor. This is like twice as much armor with minus 6 move speed. This is only minus 3 move speed, and this gives you the same amount of health pretty much. Just a little bit of magic resist. Let's put the Light Akaton real quick, and let's see what our move speed is before we even decide. 99.2. So yeah, you can kind of decide what you want to do with those 2 pieces. I might run this just for the bit more of armor and magic resistance, because it's only minus 3, but you can decide. If you do run Adventure Tunic, you'll be over 100% move speed, so that'll be pretty nice. And yeah, those are the 2 options. As far as the weapons go, so I don't believe I have unlocked hand crossbow in here. I'm not actually sure if you can unlock it in Squire. But anyways, you go over to Woodsman here, and you can buy it right here for 25 gold. And also, if you want to have more hand crossbows and you don't want to sit here and wait, if you go to your other characters over here, and you hop over here, you go into Weaponsmith, you can buy extra hand crossbows. And if you're a legendary status member, you can buy this, put it in here, you can toss it into your shared stash, and then you can just drag it back over to your fighter. Because typically, you'd want to like bring a couple hand crossbows so you can save time from reloading. That kind of helps a little bit. But yeah, let's go back over here, grab it out of the shared stash, and there we go. So, hand crossbow. This is kind of like the same playstyle as like a rogue. You know, you want to have multiple hand crossbows, so you can just switch and shoot again. You know, getting 2 shots off is kind of big. And then for the main hands, obviously, you have to have a sword of some type in order to get the benefits for sword mastery. And then you also have to have Slayer active, so you have to have a weapon in each hand. So there's 3 different options you can choose for your sword. There's Arming Sword, there is Falchion, and then there is Rapier right here. Those are the 3 swords that you can use for primary. It has to be primary because you can't wield hand crossing in your primary. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we'll probably be going with Rapier's not bad, but I think the safest bet would be Arming Sword if you're not already used to it. So we'll throw that on, and the move speed will be minus 45, which is quite a bit. You know, Rapier is minus 15, so if you do want to be a little bit faster, you could, you know, run the Rapier as well. And you could also buy, like, one of each. Let's see, there's a Rapier over here in Weaponsmith, so I can buy this, toss this over. You can have Arming Sword and Rapier, you know, kind of however you want to play. And just get in there and try it out on Squire. This is just a Squire build. This isn't an actual going in there with the kit. I will be doing a few games going in there with an actual geared kit, and so you guys can kind of see how that works out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is pretty much it. Nothing too special about it. We're going to go into the dungeon, and we're going to do damage testing on the dummy so you can kind of see exactly how the Sword Mastery and Slayer, how that works with Hand Crossy, and you can kind of see the differences in damage. So let's get in there and check it out. Alright, so now we're in the dungeon. Let's do a damage test real quick. 32 to the head with no Slayer and with no Sword Mastery. Oh, we're running out of time! With Sword Mastery and Slayer, it's 45. So there's like a little bit of a damage increase with the Sword Mastery because you get the damage from the Sword Mastery and you get the damage from the Slayer on your hand crossbow. Let's hop into the PvP here. Hop in the Discord. There's a Discord link in the description if you want to join. If you got any questions, you can DM me whenever. Drop a comment if you hate the video. If you love it, don't matter to me. And let's get to the PvP. Player, I think. Oh! That crystal sword hits now, holy. I feel like this could work well. Hand crossing chip damage could help. Yeah, the one thing I'm realizing is like a lot of these fights are kind of quick. So it's like, do you have enough time to even poke? It's good for poke. I think this would be better with duos as opposed to like doing this solo. It feels accurate when I've used it. It's not bad. Its drop is pretty noticeable though. Yeah, he's right here. I just saw him. Yikes! He missed. There we go. Hit him. I don't think he reloaded. He just sprinted. I should have done some decent damage. Alright, let's see how this goes. Let's bait it. Oh, put it away. Halberd's a little tricky, because that range is kind of crazy, but we're backing him into the corner here. Hit him with it. Hit him again. He's dead. Wow! 2 hand crossies and 1 hit to the head is kind of crazy for how much armor he had. That's not bad. Oh, he dropped. Oh, I missed it. Okay. Lock him in there. Dude, that was happening to me a little while ago. Cursor was all messed up like that. I had to move the cursor 2 inches to the left. Huh. Gonna drop off again. There he goes.